Hi, my name is Amrish. You are watching Gourmet at Home. Today, I will be sharing the recipe of firni with you. Firni is one of those classical Indian desserts which most of the Indian chefs have learned. But the learning stops there because we don't take opportunity to redefine or represent those classic Indian recipes. I am not saying that we need to compromise with the classical or traditional flavors of the preparation, but with time we need to add more value. We need to expose them to new cooking techniques so that these humble recipes can find a space in modern and contemporary Indian restaurants. So let's start preparing the recipe of firni. Recipe for firni is very simple. We need milk, some sugar, green cardamom powder, rose water, nuts, rice paste and cream. So what I have done, I have soaked my rice 4 hours before, blended it to a fine puree, or you can also use rice flour. The recipe is quite similar to a rice pudding. So we have to first boil the milk. If we see the history, the firni was originated in Persia and it was brought to India by Arabs. There are different versions of firni in India. In some places they use rice paste, in some places they use wheat, in some places they use saffron, some places they use some fruit purees to add flavor to the firni. But here we will be preparing the firni with rice paste. We need to continuously stir the milk while adding the rice puree. Otherwise what will happen, either the milk will settle down on the bottom of the pan, or you will have the lumps of rice coming in the firni. So the texture of your rice firni or the rice pudding will not be smooth. So let's start adding the rice puree, and I am using the raw rice for this. Now while the milk is boiling, I will add some rose water, green cardamom powder, cashew nuts, pistachio, raisins, and some almonds. So the trick is we need to continuously stir the milk so it doesn't settle on the bottom of the pan, and the rice puree or the paste that we are adding in the milk also gets evenly cooked. See, these small and simple techniques makes a lot of difference in your end product. Now at the same time we will add sugar. So there is another version of firni which I have experienced in Kashmir, where they use semolina instead of rice paste, and instead of green cardamom they use saffron. Now we can see the milk is slowly coming together. The rice puree that we have added in the milk is almost cooked, and at this stage we will add cream and we'll continue the cooking. Now we can see at this stage the milk is thick, the rice puree that we have added in the milk is also cooked, and this is the time we will transfer this in a serving bowl. After transferring the firni in the bowl, we will transfer the bowl inside the refrigerator because we want the firni to be set and we want to enjoy the firni when it is cold. And now let's start making garnish for the firni. In technical language, we call this garnish as honeycomb. So what we will do, we'll caramelize the sugar, we'll add some baking soda to that. Now we can see in the pan, the sugar is getting caramelized slowly. So we need to be very careful at this stage. If we feel temperature is high, we can either transfer the pan on the working table or we can reduce the temperature. We need to break all the lumps in the caramel. Now we can see at this stage the sugar is melted and the caramel is ready. It's not bitter, it has got the perfect caramel taste in it. So let's add some baking soda in it. After adding the baking soda, we need to mix it again. Now at this stage, after adding the baking soda, aeration is happening in the caramel. Now my caramel is almost ready and I will transfer this on the sill pad, because if I will leave my caramel in the pan, the caramel will get bitter because the pan is still hot. We'll gently spread the caramel onto the sill pad. If you don't have a sill pad, you can do it on a baking sheet, or if you don't have a baking sheet, you can take a aluminum tray or a steel tray, just grease it with some little oil or butter and transfer it on to the plate. So it will take another 3 to 4 minutes to get settled and to get its brittle texture. And if you want to add some nuts to this caramel at this stage, we can do. If we want to add some sesame seeds, we can do. If you want to add maybe toasted quinoa seeds, you can do that also. If you want to do with some oats, you can do with oats also. So we can see at this stage the honeycomb is still hot, but it's almost set like a cracker. So either we can use it directly as a garnish, but we need to make this layer more thinner. Once the caramel is still at soft stage, we can roll it with a rolling pin, or we can just put it in the pestle to crush it and make it like a broken honeycomb. So you have different texture or different shapes of honeycomb in your dessert, which will give a different visual appeal to your dessert. The broken honeycomb is ready. I will transfer this to a bowl. The firni is inside the chiller. It will take another 3 to 4 minutes. In the meantime, allow me to share some of the condiments or the ingredients or the garnishes with you. Here I have got assortment of some seasonal flowers and herbs, which has got some mint, some basil, some rose. Here I have got condensed milk, which I have toasted in the oven along with some sugar to get a nice crumbly texture to this. Then I have got seasonal kiwi fruit, grapes, pomegranate, mango, some chocolate cookie crumb candy, and I have got the honeycomb. Now the assortment of the garnishes seems to be huge, but you can have your assortment of garnishes that you want to serve with your firni. So the firni is set now, and we'll start the show with our garnishes. Starting with condensed milk, then some kiwi fruit. After the kiwi, I would like to add the honeycomb. Then we'll go with some pomegranates. After pomegranate, I will put some chocolate cookie crumb. After the chocolate cookie crumb, I will go with some mangoes. Then we can add some grapes, and towards the end I will add my seasonal green herbs and the flowers. Now to make it look more aligned, you can always add more ingredients to make it look more aligned and even. So what I have done, while aligning all these condiments in the firni bowl, I have paired them with another ingredient. Like I have paired the kiwi fruit with the milk crumble. I have paired the grapes with the herb and flowers. So when you are having each bite of firni, you have a different experience traveling in your mouth. This is how we create classical recipes into contemporary style in Gourmet at Home. Hope you enjoyed watching this recipe. Looking forward to see you again with another story and another recipe.